Okay, who are you? What's your name?
So my name's Harish. I basically am from India.
Okay.
Moved to the US in 2017 and with my company Henkel, and been in Scottsdale for about a year, then moved here to California.
Okay, very nice. You were telling me that you don't have a love story in the traditional sense, but a love story nonetheless. Tell me about it. You were talking to me about your arranged marriage.
Yeah, so in India, normally marriages or bonding is created literally by our parents, and somehow it seems to work there. We get to know our spouses after we get married, and it is ever long. I mean, it's lasting for some time. It has never been. I mean, what I've seen is that in India as well, people who have had arranged marriages tend to be married for a longer time. I mean, tend to be married, unlike the ones who really fall in love and get married, and people get divorced. So I feel that's a very nice thing, that something that works.
Okay.
But yeah, as I said, mine is an arranged marriage as well. I met my wife after my parents arranged for it, and then we have fallen in love and have been married for 8 years now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I had a really good friend from India as well who had an arranged marriage, and she had a similar story. You know, she loved her husband.
Right.
But I guess can you tell me, was there a point in time that you remember a light bulb going off in your head, like, I love this woman? What was the moment? Can you remember it?
I don't know. It's just that there have been a couple of hardships in the past, and she stuck to me. That kind of gives me a very strong feeling about it, that yes, she is indeed the right person for me. Something that I wouldn't want to mention, but yeah, those were really serious ones according to me, and she stuck with me through them. And yeah, she on her side also is not really perfect, so am I.
None of us are.
None of us are. And yet we kind of like each other. We are able to put up with each other. Of course, there are quarrels. If there aren't quarrels, life would be boring. But nonetheless, there is some bonding between us which is just making us stick together. And that is love.
That's completely what love is. Do you have any children?
Yep,
How
one.
many?
And that's why I'm running back home right now.
So 8 years. What have those 8 years been like? I guess I guess in the beginning you're getting to know the person. How does it morph into the beautiful marriage that you guys have now?
Our marriage has been pretty eventful. We've been running around the world, frankly speaking. The year we got married, I had to move to Shanghai for work, so she joined me there for 3 years, and then we went back to India for a year, and then we again came here to the US. So it's been a pretty adventurous 8 years for us, and so we've been adapting with the new situation, and somehow, yeah, I don't know how to put this, but we have been kind of involved in adapting to the changes together. Now something which is just regular is boring for us.
That's wonderful. I guess for somebody who's not familiar with an arranged marriage, what has been the biggest advantage to it for you?
Nothing. I just don't have to go dating. I get my way without dating. That's a flip side to it, though. Yeah, but there is no advantage, frankly speaking. It's more because it's the tradition in India, and somehow we are bound to it, that arranged marriage went our way. Otherwise, I don't know.
So obviously your parents knew what they were doing. You guys are happy now.
Yeah.
So when your parents are choosing a bride for you, have you conversed with them? Have you told them what you're looking for, or do they just know you well enough that they say, I mean, have they met with your wife before they choose her, or?
Okay, so this is totally a misconception about arranged marriage.
Okay.
It's not like they select your bride, they give you a choice. There are a few criteria to it.
Okay.
Like India is big on caste, so sometimes people look at caste, some religious religion, some match horoscopes. So based on those matches, they would provide us with choices, and then we get to select, okay, I like this person, I would like to meet up with her, and then we talk before we say yes to each other. So it's not like they come and give you a bride and say, okay, you're going to marry her. It's still we still have a
choice.
Yes,
Ultimately.
exactly.
Okay.
It's just that they have a few criteria, and we have a few criteria, and the meeting point of both our criteria are the shortlists, and then we pick from them. So again, as I said, it's a misconception that someone is told that this is your bride and you don't have a choice. No, that doesn't happen.
I think there's some beauty in both of you guys being willing to make that jump and to adhere to that belief with the hope that it's going to work out. I mean, there's something really beautiful about that.
Very true. I mean, the thing is that...
Am I romanticizing it too much?
Not at all. Not at all. The truth is just that when you fall in love with someone and then get married to them, you know them and you're marrying them, but then you'll still have to, make some sacrifices even after marriages, however well you know someone. This is just going to be another new adventure wherein you're just starting to learn someone, but you still are going to make those same sacrifices with those people, try to adjust and live a long life with them. In both cases, it's the same. It's just that getting to do something, it's like adventurous when you get to do something unknown, like you don't know how deep water is before you jump into it. That is arranged marriage. Knowing how deep it is and then jumping into the water is love marriage. Okay. That's the only difference.
Your son, how old is he?
He's 7.
7?
I'm sorry. Oops, my wife is going to murder me. He's 5.5 right now.
So I guess when he is of age, will you give him the option of an arranged marriage, or are you just going to let him, I guess, live the customs of America? What is your dream for him and his future?
I would give him all the time he wants to find a suitable spouse or mate, whatever. But if he doesn't in good time, then probably I would jump in and get him into an arranged marriage. I guess that's what my parents did as well. My parents are a little more traditional because they've never been out of India.
Sure.
But with the amount of traveling that my wife and I have done, I'm sure we would be liberal enough to let him make that choice by himself. And of course, welcome him.
That's wonderful. Definitely makes it easier not having to worry about finding. I'm 31 and I'm still single and I want a life partner. It would have been maybe nice to have had an arranged marriage.
Again, as I said, there are flip sides to it as well. But then...
is this your drop off?
Yes, that's right.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking with me and being on Telling Me a Story.
Pleasure.
I appreciate it. You can just unclip it and just... There we go. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Likewise.
Yeah, you have a good day. Thank you.